Hello, it is a dark episode for April the 28th, 2025. And while we do not know the precise details, we've had election day here in Canada, and it looks like the Liberals are coming back in with a new head in Mark Carney. And they will be the government of Canada. Will they be a how secure they're going to be? How it's looking like a minority at this point of night. It's not quite midnight in BC, but we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately for leftist people like myself, the NDP has basically, we've been freaked the fuck out by Donald Trump down south. So people have clustered either to the NDP or to the Conservatives. And while, I'm not a conservative fan, so I'm if it's going to be one of them, I guess I never expect, as a leftist, I'm never expecting the NDP are going to be taking the reins of government or anything like that. But I always hope for usually kind of semi-weakened Liberal Party that needs the NDP support to govern, and that can allow lefty-ish people like myself to kind of, I'm not like myself because I'm not actually in politics, but, leftist representatives to push Canada in that kind of direction for all those little compromises and things that have kind of built our country up. A lot of the kind of defining things of the country can be ascribed to weakened central parties being forced left by the NDP or the CCF back in the day. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, in my own riding, it is all the slightly left has gone to the Liberals. So it looks like there'll be a Liberal in here. We will not have one of those people pushing to the left here. I guess we'll see how things go. I mean, the thing is with it is we've sort of swapped out. People were really sick of Justin Trudeau's Liberals. How much of a change it will be with Carney in there. I mean, he seems like a lot more substantial of a person than Justin Trudeau ever was. I never was particularly a fan of Justin Trudeau. It was always a smiling, suave face on what was a government that was the usual kind of center, arrogant, stultified, not particularly doing shit, liberal government. I mean, they did do stuff, but, it was a lot more, it's a lot of flash without really results. And I'm hoping that Carney is a little bit more substantial than that, even if I didn't particularly vote for his government. That's all you can hope for. And if they completely fuck up, hopefully that means that people who are left-leaning are like, well, I'm not going to fucking vote for Poilievre, the conservative, very Trumpian, have been doing all the populist right-wing dog whistles for the last for however long he's been blowing all the whistles of, stuffing, various dog whistles, whether it's on gender, whether it's on drugs, whether it's on all that sort of stuff. So not, come on, guys, come on. Up you go. Sure. Come on. Let's go. Up you go. So, but in some ways, things we've had minority governments, liberal minority government before. We're looking like we're going to go back into another liberal minority government, maybe even more narrow than it was the last time. And hopefully Pierre Poilievre will have lost his seat, which would be nice. I'm sorry, I'm a petty, small man that way. Pierre Poilievre for whatever people think of the Conservative Party, he himself seems to be deeply, personally, not particularly not liked. There's a strong ick factor with Pierre Poilievre, which, probably a part of his dog whistly right-wing assholery is what got him where he's gotten, but it's also lost his seat. So he'll have to run in a by-election to get back into Parliament in some super safe right part of Canada. So that's kind of hilarious in itself. Yes. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be back in election quicker than we think, which would suck. Because, the last place that anything gets done is during an election. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go and read a bit and get to sleep. But it was an interesting election night, I guess. All right. Ciao.